Chris and Joe Show, KTAR News. Shout out to our friends in Tolleson. Can't thank you enough for being a part of the show in Tolleson. And what a great time to talk about what's happening in your town, because it looks like you might have the new marquee venue. The big one.
What are you getting?
Domed high school football stadium.
Nice!
Take that, Texas.
Oh, man.
This isn't Denton. This isn't McAllen. This isn't Katy. This here's Arizona. Yeehaw! Pew, 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 pew.
Take that, Odessa.
Take that, Odessa.
Permian who?
What? What? Oh, yeah.
Dude, what's wrong with having I get it, it's high school, but a domed high school stadium? It's Arizona. It's 115 degrees.
Yeah, Chris.
I know. What?
I think it's a great idea.
Trying to keep up with the Texas.
I think we should have way more than zero.
Okay, well, I think you're going to be in luck.
Really?
Because Jeremy I always say Kayes. Am I saying it wrong?
No, you got it.
Okay. He wants to build this $80 million domed stadium.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the audit around Tolleson is about whether or not he was shuffling students to overcrowd certain schools so that he could make the case that they needed another high school.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to build another high school.
Okay.
And he says, we got to have a domed stadium. $80 million.
Okay.
Okay. It's a ridiculous amount of money to spend in a high school football stadium.
It's a lot of money.
Right.
But I seriously don't think it's the worst idea. And high school football is big business.
Look, they've got, 7 high schools in that district? And they're going to be, I'm going to guess, sharing that stadium. At least I've seen this play out. I was doing some work on Texas radio before I started here. And they were arguing over, I think it was McAllen, maybe it was Denton, whatever it was. They had they already had a $50 million stadium, and then they wanted to build another $100 million stadium in order to rival what they had down by Houston, which was a $105 million stadium, right? And you went, okay, there's too much money going into high school football. That's Texas.
Yeah.
Tolleson isn't exactly known for having a rip-roaring football program, right?
None of the West Valley really is, outside of Liberty and Centennial are some of the best teams out there. But a lot of the best football, high school-wise, in Arizona's Southeast Valley.
Yeah. Chandler, right?
Chandler, Hamilton, Basha, Perry, Arizona College Prep, Castile.
All right. So you've got your Chandlers, your Gilberts, your Maces.
Mm-hmm.
They're cranking out. I mean, that's
the guys who are going D1, who are playing at, ASU,
right.
U of A.
San Francisco 49ers, right?
Brock Purdy.
Yeah.
You heard of him?
Yeah.
There's a number of other guys from Arizona who made the pros, yeah.
This was predictable long ago, and that is that when you start doing, and I'm not saying this is necessarily bad, but it's predictable. When you do school choice, you're going to have public schools competing against one another for students, okay? And so one of the places they can attract students is through athletics.
Sure.
So there is a race now with schools that see the writing on the wall, and that is that if we want to maintain our student body, because we've talked about a number of East Valley districts that are closing schools now because they're declining enrollment, either because of birth rates, people leaving the towns, or ESAs, declining enrollment. So you want to stay competitive, you have to have a reason for them to come to your school.
Yeah.
Tolleson says $80 million domed stadium. We're going to start stealing some high prospect kids from other schools, and they're going to have their friends or their fans follow along.
Now, that's the reality. But Kaya's, I didn't even hear him say that in the piece that I watched on this.
You didn't. I'm filling in the blanks. It's called reading between the lines.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Because he talked about just, the weather out here, how it just makes common sense to
have a dome.
Have a domed stadium in Arizona.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I think what you said is perfectly reasonable, too.
No, if they don't do it, somebody else is. And if they do it, somebody else definitely is.
But is it actually going to happen? Are they going?
So they've got the money.
How much is the pushback going to be from the public,
That's
though,
a good question.
When you've got, I saw students in Tolleson School District, 22% on math proficiency, 26% on English proficiency. Don't you think the public, especially in the Tolleson School District, is going to raise an uproar that you've got these kids that go to Tolleson schools that are not proficient, that are not keeping pace? We need to pour more money into the school, better teachers, get better buildings, as opposed to a domed football stadium for $80 million.
Domed football stadium is a better building. New school is a better building. Paying the teachers is not something that the bonds cover. So if you want to raise the student scores and things like that, sure, some capital improvements, some newer buildings might make it easier to teach in. New electronics, new equipment, new tech might help.
Yeah.
But ultimately, if you want to reduce the teacher-student ratio, if you want to raise certain standards, if you want to have more certified teachers instead of substitutes, that's going to come from the state. That's a different financing bucket. And this is one thing that we in media do a terrible job of discussing, and that is, where does the money come from? Low student scores generally is going to be associated with the school funding that comes from the state. Your local tax dollars, like if you pass a bond proposal, that's going to go to capital improvements, tech improvements, new buses, stadiums.
Making sure the air conditioning works.
Yes.
Getting some new paint.
Yes.
Maybe a new building if they need a new building for the school.
And the whole idea was, hey, guys, we're going to take care of making sure the kids get a world-class education, but if the local property owners can help out with some taking care of the buildings, that would be great.
Doesn't that translate to the next level? I mean, I pay to go watch ASU football. I don't pay to go watch the economists or the scientists do their jobs, and they're getting good grades.
Yeah, I mean, if you can make money on it, then yes. And Tolleson is spending money on things like advertising to try to bring more students in. I mean, they're being aggressive in raising the number of students that are going to that school, or at least stemming the decline. I think other districts are going to start doing the same thing. And bright and shiny new stadiums and scoreboards.
I like it.
They draw attention.
It's hot. They play games that start in July here, August now.
I know. I can't believe they do 2
the
of
playoffs
these.
are here. Tonight's the last night of high school football, of
Already?
regular season already.
Oh my god!
Yeah, they're already like in week 10.
What is Superintendent Kai's job?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is to keep the school solvent.
Yeah.
It is to manage the entire operation.
So isn't that about, getting kids to come there?
Absolutely it is.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
think he's
is he
doing
being
it-
shady on the side that we can't see? Maybe. I don't know about that.
Maybe,
But I don't bag on the guy
also
for having
think he's
dreams.
doing his job.
I do too.
Get kids to that school.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching The Chris and Joe Show. Click to see more from Chris and Joe, and tap the button in the middle to subscribe to KTAR News.